Right now, live at 5, after hundreds of healthcare workers filed suit, a federal judge ruled today they won't block a vaccine mandate put in place by providers. Plus, big news at the Canadian border as the U.S. prepares to reopen for non-essential travel. And later, a Broadway musical focused around Duluth, and a girl from the North Country hits the big stage in New York City.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Kristen Bakke. A huge sigh of relief on the border tonight. The United States will soon reopen its land borders to non-essential travel, ending a 19-month freeze because of the pandemic. The Biden administration made the announcement late last night. And CBS3's Kendall Jarbo joins us now to explain how this will impact Minnesota cities that rely so heavily on that border travel.
Kristen, I spoke with people both in International Falls and Grand Portage, and everyone said while they wish the border reopened sooner, they're glad it's finally here. Canada opened its border to vaccinated U.S. citizens in August, but those at Ryden's border store in Grand Portage say they only saw a small boost because of it. Sales at Ryden's have been down more than 80% for almost 2 years. They're glad the border will reopen for the winter months because that's when Canadians come and tourists typically don't.
So it's been very nerve-wracking because our bills didn't go away. So we're super happy that it's going to open again.
Ryden's owners will spend the next few weeks restocking their products and hiring back employees. They normally need 15, but dropped down to just 3 employees in the slow winter months when the border was closed. And the border is set to reopen for non-essential travelers in early November. All international visitors must be vaccinated to cross.
All right, thanks, Kendall. And coming up at 6, we'll hear from the Chamber President of International Falls, who shares why they're cautiously optimistic about the new rules. Well, Minnesota's political leaders are reacting to the border reopening. U.S. Senator Amy Klobuchar represents Minnesota. She works closely with the Canadian Parliament and says she has advocated to safely open both land and air travel between the two countries. She led a bipartisan group to seek clarification from the CDC on the medical justifications for the United States ban on travelers from entering the country by land, but not by plane. Klobuchar says opening the border will bring more workers and commerce back to the region. We'll hear more from the senator tonight at 6. And Congressman Pete Stauber represents many of Minnesota's border towns. On Facebook today, the Republican said he pressed the Biden administration on this for months and that it's welcome news for many families and businesses in our region. A federal judge has decided they won't block a vaccine mandate after hundreds of Minnesota healthcare workers sued their employers. That includes a handful from Essentia and St. Luke's. The lawsuit filed last month claims the alternatives to getting the vaccine infringe on their constitutional rights. The judge held a 3-hour hearing on whether to block the requirement, but ultimately decided not to. But she didn't dismiss the case outright. This week marks 103 years since the worst natural disaster in Minnesota history. On October 12, 1918, a smoldering spark from a train ignited a fire near Cloquet. Minnesota was in the midst of an extreme drought, and gusty hurricane-like winds fueled the flames. News of the oncoming fire didn't reach Duluth until days later. That was when the fire engulfed the small town of Brookston and eventually hit Duluth. More than 1,000 lives were lost. According to the National Weather Service, the hardest hit areas were Moose Lake, Cloquet, and Kettle River. 38 communities were destroyed, and there was $73 million in property damage. Well, millions of dollars could be on the way to help Minnesotans impacted by this year's drought. The Minnesota DNR has $13 million worth of ideas. They include spending money on tree rehabilitation and helping cities and towns create plans to conserve water. The entire state entered the drought warning phase in mid-July. Well, Dave is here now for our first check of the weather. Dave, thankfully, we've been getting some rain lately, so we're not as concerned about the drought-like conditions that we were earlier on.
Very true, Kristen, and luckily it's not 1918.
Yes.
Think of that year. The flu pandemic, that huge forest fire, and World War I. Well, we're close with fires here and there and with our own pandemic, but luckily no global war to deal with. Right now, In the weather world, well, there's a war between higher and lower pressure as usual, and lower pressure is winning for the moment. So this live look at Two Harbors shows the streets are wet from a recent round of rain, but fog from earlier in the day has dissipated at least a little bit and for a little while. Taking a look at the big picture here, we've got an occluded low pressure system, the last in a long line of lows coming through tonight to bring us our last shot for rain, 60% chance through early tomorrow morning. Then after that, we should slowly start to dry up. So forecast tonight gives us that 60% chance for the rain. Then tomorrow will dry up, but it'll stay cloudy, at least for Thursday. How about Friday? I'll talk about what the weekend will bear coming up in a few more minutes.
Thanks, Dave. For the first time in the U.S., robots will help care for seniors living in Minnesota nursing homes. And those robots were developed right here in Duluth. A UMD professor and her students created these 16 robots. The bots were designed to support emotional, physical, and cognitive health. They can crack jokes, call a doctor, exercise with you, or just be a friendly face. The group of engineers is partnering with Minnesota-based Monarch Healthcare Management to bring this innovative aid to patients. Computer science professor Arshia Khan says they'll be tested out at 8 of those facilities as a pilot program. Khan says these human-like robots are revolutionary.
Of course.
This is groundbreaking. This is absolutely the first time in the history of the United States. No one has done this before. It's been done in Japan, but never in the U.S., using robots, humanoid robots, to help offer care.
All 8 facilities getting these bots will be in Minnesota, including some in the Northland. The robots are scheduled to be placed in the facility starting in January of 2022. Coming up tonight at 6, we'll hear more from those who helped design the bots and what they mean for the future of healthcare. New details tonight out of Proctor High School and the ongoing investigation into the football team after accusations of player misconduct. Earlier this week, Derek Parendo resigned as the head football coach and a teacher at Proctor. Tonight, he's speaking out for the first time and explaining his decision to call it quits. CBS3's Natalie Grant is in the newsroom tonight breaking down the details. Natalie, what did he have to say?
Well, Kristen, Derek Parendo's resignation comes as police continue their weeks-long investigation into what the school district is calling student misconduct on their football team. Neither police or school officials have commented on the nature of these allegations, citing an ongoing investigation. On Monday night, the Proctor School Board accepted the resignation of head football coach and teacher Derek Parendo. Now, according to Superintendent John Anglican, Parendo says he was not present when the incident in question happened, but says people are threatening his family.
When the principal told me that I couldn't be safe, he didn't know if I would be safe in school. That was it. The environment I've lived in for the last 13 years has been horrible, and I've tried to move past it, move around it, and I've seen very little movement in the change in environment.
Parendo believes members of the school board and administration treat him differently because of his Native American heritage. The school district would not comment on that. Now, according to Superintendent Anglican, Parendo's resignation goes into effect at the end of this school year, but he is stepping down from his teaching duties immediately and will be on a paid leave for the rest of the year. Now, police tell us that this investigation should be wrapping up this week.
And we will make sure to bring you those details when they become available. Thank you, Natalie. Still to come on Live at 5, a local community is being recognized as the second blue ribbon city in the world next week. More on the honor as we take you around the Northland after the break.
You're watching Live at 5 with Kristen Vaki and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live Local CBS3. CBS3 News is brought to you by Villa Marina Health and Rehabilitation Center.
Truck toppers, lids, liners, and accessories. Northwest Outlet is your truck topper headquarters of the Northland. Northwest Outlet has a large variety of ARE toppers for all makes and models of trucks, foreign or domestic, in all kinds of custom colors and styles and free installation. ARE's smooth, sculptured profiles and tight fit make it hard to see where the cab ends and the topper begins. Beautiful and rugged ARE has the highest quality construction for strength and durability. Northwest Outlet, 1814 Belknap Superior, the store that saves you more.
Cracks in brick, cracks in block, call DBS. Leaning or bowing basement walls, call DBS. sticking windows or doors? Call DBS. Settling or sinking foundation? That's right. Call DBS. It's a fact. Foundation problems don't get better with time, but they do get better when you call DBS. Call DBS today.
Coronavirus work injuries. Call Stockman Law Office. Return to work issues. Payment of medical bills and lost wages. Call anytime. 218-576-8599. No recovery, no fee. Please stay safe and healthy. Stockman Law Office. Serious injuries, serious law.
Whatever your water worry, Culligan Water can help. From value-priced softeners to the world's best and even salt-free. No one has more solutions than Culligan to customize the best filtration for your home. The only water that comes with a van. Contact Culligan, the local water experts.
Black Bear Casino Resort is proud to bring you Rick Springfield live in the Otter Creek Event Center Friday night, December 17th. Rick Springfield live at the Bear. Get your tickets available now at the Players Club or online at blackbearcasinoresort.com. Make the Bear your place to see Rick Springfield live at the Otter Creek Event Center Friday, December 17th.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Canal Park as winds from tonight's showers have the waves rolling out there. Dave will be in with this week's forecast in just a couple of minutes. But first, let's take a look around the region. A fundraiser for tutors in Superior, and it's already the third weekend in October, and the Madeline Island community is ready to celebrate. All of that and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city. We kick things off in Moose Lake tonight, where next week the community will be honoring a ceremony honoring its new title. Next Tuesday, the 19th, Moose Lake will become the second Blue Ribbon City in the world. The Blue Ribbon Ceremony will help promote kindness in the community and eradicate bullying. Everyone is invited to the event, which will be held at the Riverside Arena at 5 p.m. We'll have a link on our website to more information about the event and the Blue Ribbon Project. Next, we head to Superior, where a local group is hosting its annual fundraiser this Friday. Called Steppin' Up for Dyslexia, the Children's Dyslexia Center of Upper Wisconsin will be hosting the event starting at 5 p.m. Friday. The fundraiser will take place at the Billings Park Civic Center, and admission is $30 at the door. The evening will include dinner, a silent auction, raffles, and more. The organization offers free tutoring to students in the area with dyslexia. We'll have a link with more information on our website. And we wrap up on Madeline Island for some fall weekend fun. This Saturday, the 16th, the Madeline Island community will be coming together to celebrate their annual Family Fall Fest. There will be events for everyone in this jam-packed day. Free activities include pumpkin decorating, face painting, live music, and so much more. There will also be interactive activities such as apple cider making and candle making. The fun will run from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and we'll have a link to all the activities and events on our website. If there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email and it might be featured as we go around the Northland city by city. Still to come on Live at 5, a show reopening on the world's biggest stage got its roots right here in Minnesota. Details on Girl from the North Country in just a few minutes.
Boy, congrats to Moose Lake for that Blue Ribbon City designation. One of two in the world. Yeah, I wonder who the other one is. I'll have to look that up. Well, if you look up into the sky tonight, I don't know if you'll have as good a chance of seeing the northern lights as a lot of folks did last night. The clouds are here and the rain should be coming. We'll talk about how long that'll last coming up in just a little bit.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
In life, every success starts with a dream. Some dream of moving up from the pond to the arena, making their neighbors proud. Many dream of providing comfort, satisfying appetites, and feeding the souls of those around them. Whatever your dream may be, Superior Choice Credit Union stands behind you to make those dreams reality. With financial resources and guidance, because we believe the currency of life is enriched together.
The Duluth Area Chamber of Commerce is excited to announce the 151st Annual Meeting and Dinner Celebration, Thursday, October 28th at the Deck. This hybrid event will offer 2 viewing options for your choosing, in person with proof of vaccination or negative test, or live streamed with a curbside dinner pickup. Featuring Dr. David Herman, CEO of Essentia Health, as the keynote, we trust this will be a celebration of resilience and momentum. Register at DuluthChamber.com. Brought to you by these premier sponsors.
Kristen Vaki is as local as our evening news.
I'm from here. This is my home. I learned how to do a left-handed layup right there. At that hoop, that exact hoop.
Covering the communities she calls home too.
You know, there's nothing phony about it. That's who she is. She's just a natural at it, so I enjoy watching her because she's so good at what she does.
Leaders at Hibbing Taconite are scrambling at the Minorca Mine, family heritage, and iron mining history.
For everything local, watch Kristen Vaki on Live Local CBS3.
The clouds continue, and the rain chance does as well. I'll talk about how much.
Plus, how Duluth inspired a new Broadway musical opening in New York tonight.
Tonight at 6 on CBS3.
The Icebreaker Tournament, October 15th and 16th, only on My 9 Sports. Presented by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac.
Get your news on the go, the CBS3 mobile app. Now, the CBS3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Well, last night, a lot of folks were able to cast an eye to the sky and see the northern lights. We got enough breaks in the clouds here for beautiful shots like this. Here's Hayes Scriven, the guy who runs Split Rock Lighthouse, got up there in the lighthouse and took this shot up towards the north. Beautiful conditions. Just a couple of days ago, a big solar storm on the sun sent the solar wind our way with enough energy to light up the sky. And that'll continue tonight, at least in theory, if you can get above the clouds, pilots. Maybe you could get a look at these northern lights. The rest of us ground pounders may not be so lucky because it should be a lot cloudier tonight. And from those clouds, we've got a pretty decent chance for rain. It's already paid off here in Duluth in the last hour and likely will again as we go through tomorrow morning. Current conditions, as we take a live look at what's going on here out over Lake Superior, we see the waves kicking up. The clouds getting thick and a little bit of rain coming down at the moment. But it's 56 degrees over the hill at the airport with 97% for the relative humidity. So if we get some sort of fog advisory later tonight, I wouldn't be too surprised. Windy too, easterly wind 21 miles per hour, air pressure low 29.59 inches of mercury. The last of about 3 or 4 lows coming through tonight to bring us that rain chance. Now current temps, low 60s in the Upper Peninsula. Wisconsin's range goes from 58 in Superior to 65 in Ashland. And for Minnesota up north, we've got a lot of 50s to talk about. But down towards places like Moose Lake, we've got some low 60s. And just like the past couple of days, this is pretty much the way our temperatures are going to roll for another day or two before they get a little bit cooler for the weekend. But the normal is around 55. So if we go 50 to 60 for our next week's temps, that's pretty close to normal, especially if you average things out. Well, let's cast an eye now on the Doppler map, which shows clouds in our area. Light rain for parts of the UP and Wisconsin earlier today. And like we mentioned, a little wave ran through the Twin Ports here not that long ago, but there's more out there. So tonight, still the main body of that occluded low should be coming our way, and that's why our rain chance overnight goes about 60%, especially for Minnesota this time around. Lesser chance perhaps for Wisconsin and the UP. Now, once this passes tomorrow, the low goes far enough away where the backside of the low makes this rain go to the east, but clouds will linger. Thursday should be cloudy but dry. For the weekend, though, I think we'll dry up and clear up, but really not warm up. How much rain then through tomorrow morning? I'm thinking the latest charts indicate about 1/10 to maybe 1/3 or so of extra rain coming down. Tonight, Minnesota temperatures are coming down just a little bit into the 40s for most zones with that 60% chance for the rain. Wisconsin, Michigan chances 40%, low temps mid-40s there. Tomorrow, Wisconsin, Michigan high temps 53 to 57. Partly sunny sky brews back there, but it'll be overcast for Minnesotans with highs from about 49 to 54. Extended forecast, well, peaks of sun come around on Friday. Then for the weekend, could be straight up sunny, especially on Sunday. High temps dropping towards the 50s Friday, Saturday. Could go back towards low 60s for a trio of days. That's, about 5 to 10 degrees warmer than normal. Followed by our next rain chance and a cool down again by Wednesday.
Thanks, Dave. From the shores of Lake Superior to the lights of Broadway, a new musical opens tonight on the world's biggest stage, and it takes place right here in Duluth and features the music of a Minnesota icon. CBS3's Larissa Millis shares the story of Girl from the North Country.
Putting a spotlight on Minnesota. The music of Bob Dylan, who was born in Duluth and raised on the Iron Range, is taking Broadway by storm.
You do get a feeling for Duluth in 1932, 1936, very much in the play. The heart of it is there. The beating heart belongs to that city.
Girl from the North Country takes place in 1934 Great Depression Duluth and revolves around a guest house and its inhabitants.
You really get a sneak peek into what life really was like during that time for the different races, for the different people traveling in and out, and just how heavy that burden was during that time in Duluth, Minnesota.
For the cast and creative team, Dylan's music is central to the story.
I have been a Bob Dylan fan since I was like 13 years old.
I grew up as a kid listening to Bob Dylan.
He's such a great lyricist, like just deep, profound meaning in everything that he says and writes.
For cast member Kiara Trentalange, preparing for the show meant researching 1930s Duluth.
You see these stellar photographs of this landscape and like Lake Superior, and these black and white photographs of all the different types of people that lived and worked in the area, and it gives you just a rush of imagination.
Scenic and costume designer Ray Smith was struck by northern Minnesota's natural beauty.
There's one scene where the whole house and the landscape opens out to a massive panorama of the lakes, you know, and it's just so gorgeous. It's kind of like looking at heaven.
Cries out, my God, they've killed them all. Here comes the story of the hurricane.
To all the Duluthians out there, it's an honor and a privilege to get to portray you on stage.
The cast and creative team say that at its core, Girl from the North Country is about humanity, hope, human connection, and how to press on, even in the hardest and coldest of times, something many Minnesotans know all too well.
Girl from the North Country first premiered in England in 2017. This is the second musical to feature Bob Dylan's music. The first was 2006's The Times They Are A-Changin'. For more information on Girl from the North Country, you can head to our website, CBS3Duluth.com. Well, it's that time of the show where we get to talk about adoptable pets, and today's pet comes to us from Animal Allies here in Duluth. This is Dakota. He is a 6-year-old pup looking for his forever home. Our friends at the shelter tell us he is a high-energy pal who just loves people and outdoor explorations. Once he is all tuckered out, he's ready to eat some treats and snuggle up. If you'd like to set up an appointment to adopt Dakota, you can call the number on your screen. Still to come, the former Hills Youth and Family Services Center property has been purchased and will soon be home to another school. Details coming up.
Blue Cross made it easy to find a plan that fits my needs.
If you're looking for a Medicare plan, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Minnesota can help you understand your Medicare benefits and choices with this free guide. With 96% of Minnesota doctors and hospitals in the Blue Cross network, plus a broad selection of affordable Medicare plans developed for Minnesotans by Minnesotans, it's no wonder nearly half of all Minnesota seniors has a Blue Cross Medicare plan.
It was great to speak to someone from Blue Cross. They were so helpful.
From Bemidji to Blue Earth, Twin Cities to Two Harbors, Blue Cross has you covered. And to help you make a decision during the Medicare annual enrollment period, we're offering this free decision guide. Call or go online now for your free copy. There's absolutely no obligation.
I get to keep my doctor, and I'm saving money. Can't beat that.
With my plan, I don't even pay a monthly premium.
Perhaps you're thinking about a Medicare Advantage plan. Blue Cross has you covered there as well. Blue Cross offers Medicare Advantage plans that include prescription drug coverage and many other benefits, some starting at a $0 monthly plan premium.
I can see my primary care doctor without paying a copay.
My cost for an x-ray was $0.
Plus, select plans include $0 copays on insulin and preferred generic medications. Blue Cross Medicare Advantage plans also provide extra perks at no extra cost. From dental, hearing, and vision benefits to Silver Sneakers fitness memberships and even benefits for over-the-counter medications.
Everything I need is in one simple plan.
So whether you're watching from Worthington or tuning in from Tonka Bay, pick up the phone and call for your free decision guide from Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Minnesota. Call or go online now. You and Blue, because together is better.
Villa Marina Health and Rehabilitation Center is a beautiful one-level facility in Superior, Wisconsin, with 24-hour skilled nursing care. With a 5-star rating by Medicare, you can expect high-quality care. We offer a variety of services, including restorative care after a hospital stay, intensive rehabilitative therapy care after surgery, or long-term care for those who are no longer able to handle the necessities of daily life on their own. To learn more, call or visit Villa Marina Health Center in Superior.
Tough as Nails, a competition about America's toughest workers who wear the calluses on their hands as a badge of honor. Who is the toughest of them all?
Perfect! Let's go! I want you to drill straight.
Just got to get it tightened up.
Just trying to find the will to keep digging deep.
Look at that, he's digging down.
Swallowing dirt, dust.
Come on, Kelsey!
My arm felt like Jell-O.
Oh! How?
A new Tough as Nails tonight, 9/8 Central on CBS.
It's always a good day for a car wash at Miller Mall Car Wash. But just to be safe, watch Caitlin's Car Wash Forecast. Weekday mornings on CBS3 This Morning with meteorologist Caitlin Moffett. Sponsored by Miller Mall Car Wash. Only on live, local CBS3.
Duluth is one step closer to welcoming its first Catholic high school in decades. Stella Maris Academy officially bought the former Hills Youth and Family Services Center today. They bought the building and 140 acres of land in the Woodland neighborhood for $4 million. That money all came from donors within the community. Stella Maris leaders say this means they can open their high school next fall, something they've been looking forward to for a long time.
High school development has always been part of the conversation. That's been an objective and a goal that Stella Maris has been working towards for quite some time. And so this is a huge step in bringing that to fruition.
No word on what exact plans they have for the space. Stella Maris Academy currently operates several elementary schools and a middle school in Duluth. They hope this move will allow students to continue to receive a Catholic-based education through high school. The Hills, which offered services to kids and teens in need or in the criminal justice system, shut down earlier this year. Leaders say they faced major financial struggles throughout the pandemic.
Coming up on this busy news day, why health officials are so worried. Could we see a twindemic of flu and COVID this coming season? We've got that and more news as the CBS 80 News is just minutes away.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health. 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer. Regular mammograms can help find it early. Schedule yours today.
Yay! Here you go, sweetheart.
It's your first savings account.
A savings account? Imagine the possibilities.
Oh, no.
But I really wanted a basketball.
You may dribble me.
Imagining a bright future? Let's see how we can help. National Bank of Commerce. We make more possible.
I decided to attend Lakota Ojibwe College because it really dawned on me how much it felt like a family and how much it felt like home, and I had a hard time seeing myself anywhere else.
As we finish up another baseball season, I recently finished an extensive window replacement project on my home. I worked with your home improvement company and they hit it out of the park. For your next window, door, bathroom, or roofing project, get the quality and service you deserve with the Midwest's largest full-service home improvement company. Your home improvement company is my home improvement company, and they should be yours too. Contact them today for a free estimate on your next home project.
Hi, my name is Dr. Andrew Davis. I'm one of the otolaryngologists and head and neck surgeons here at St. Luke's.
Otolaryngology and head and neck surgery encompasses the field of ears, nose, and throat. The head and neck region is responsible for harboring all of our senses, and a lot of the daily functions that we take for granted really makes us kind of who we are and what we are. Having the ability to make such drastic and impactful changes in patients' lives is humbling, but also profound.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Canal Park on this Wednesday evening. Let's take a look back at today's top story and see what's coming up at 6. Tonight at 5, we learned more about the reopening of the Canadian border as the Biden administration announced last night. The 19-month closure will come to an end in November. Coming up at 6, we'll talk with local communities about what the reopening means to them. Also, tonight at 6, we learn more about the humanoid robots researchers at UMD have developed to help in healthcare settings. More on the services they can provide and where the research goes from here tonight. That's your news at 5. The CBS Evening News is next. We'll see you at 6.